What is up, guys? Ariel Patrice here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hello, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for staying. So before I get started, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to, hit that notifications bell so you never miss a video from me. So today's video is about how we're kind of going through school and practicum right now just because of the COVID virus. And so many of y'all know that, well, all of y'all know, well, many of you who watch my videos know that I am in the midst of my practicum hours right now in a school. And that being said, because the COVID virus is going on right now, that means that there is no school. You know, these elementary schools, middle schools, high schools are all shut down right now. And they're talking about keeping it remote for the rest of the year. And so what does that mean for me, right? Because there's a certain amount of hours and there are specific duties that I have to do to be able to graduate from practicum to move on to internship. And so, like many other universities, the university that I'm at, we have moved to remote everything. We are not allowed to be on campus. We are going to be remote for the rest of the year. They've canceled graduation. They've done all of that. And so I had a real concern of what that meant for me and my practicum site because schools are closed here and they start moving to remote next week. And so what does that mean, right? Well, I talked with my school supervisor, the person that I'm under, and we've all been meeting and talking about what we're going to do and all that. And so what we are going to do is we are in the practice, or we're trying to get together where we can still provide counseling for our clients at the schools. It's just going to have to be remote. So that means it's going to be like a Zoom link or a telephone call or whatever. But those people who still have those services, we're still actively trying to get it to them. That being said, we have to make sure that the parents are okay with it. As soon as they're okay with it, then we will be able to do that after we have informed consent and all of that. I think they've kind of waived the informed consent right now just because of everything going on, but just to be on the safe side, and if something like this happens later, we at least have it in place. And so last week I just called a whole bunch of different parents and talked with them, and all of them are on board. All of them are on board to continue the counseling services because they do see it as a benefit for their child. And so as far as I know, that's basically what will be happening right now. I can't do any assessments. I can't do any testing. I can't do any psych evals or anything like that right now because you physically have to be with the person for that. But we can at least do the counseling, so they have that. And I don't think the time changes or anything. I think it's still like 20, 30 minutes for my younger people and like 30 to 45 minutes for my older ones, my teens and my middle schoolers and high schoolers and stuff like that. And so, yeah, that's really what's going on with that. So it kind of eased my anxiety a little bit because I'm still going to get those hours. Obviously, with something like this, that's completely out of our control. I don't think that our school is going to like dock us for not being able to make those hours because I mean, it's a pandemic. Like, everybody's struggling with this right now, especially the people who are already in internship. You know, I don't know what's really going to happen with them. But I think that they're trying to work a way to make sure that, you know, this semester isn't being repeated because it's not our fault. And so really we're just doing what we can. And I am not an RA, but I have a couple of friends who are, and I know like the labs are closed. We can't go to the labs. You know, there's a lot of people who are in the midst of like working on projects or dissertation or various different things that have kind of been put on pause. And I can't even imagine how I would feel about that. And so if you're one of those people or you know somebody who's in that position, please let me know and how they're dealing with it so I can kind of help my friends here who are dealing with the same thing, because I have no clue how how that would affect me, but I know it's affecting them pretty hard. And so, but yeah, like I said, one of my classes was already online, so it's not really that big of a deal for his class. My other classes, on the other hand, were not, and so, like my Saturday classes, like we're gonna have to move that remotely, and I have a Saturday class next week. We'll see how that one goes. And then one of them I was meeting every Wednesday evening for that class, and now that's going to be remote, and so that will be very interesting to see how that's going to go, because I don't really consider it a class that would be the best remote, but I mean, what can we do? We're with the times right now. And so, yeah, that is kind of an update of what's going on just with school and practicum and all that. I think I'll still be able to I definitely won't be able to do like probably 15 hours worth of stuff for practicum hours because of all of this, but I can at least get, I would say about 10 with seeing my clients and writing my notes and having my supervision hours and all of that. So, I mean, it's something, and it keeps me active, it keeps me going. That being said, I am very nervous about finding an internship. You know, in my past videos, I told y'all that I had interviews with things, and they were going to tell us before or after spring break. Well, before spring break, it didn't happen. Now spring break has been extended to whenever, we don't know. And so that being said, I haven't heard anything, and that's not at the forefront of people's mind right now, you know, is who are we going to get for internship next year? It's what are we going to do for the kids right now? And it kind of sucks, honestly. I'm kind of worried because, you know, we have less than 2 months left of the academic school year for these kids, but they're out for the summer. So how do we do interviews for an LSSP internship? Nobody's doing interviews right now because of the social distancing and keeping yourself safe and clean. And so I am really nervous about finding an internship, but it'll all just work itself out. I really am kind of at a loss for that. I still don't know if I could stay at the place that I'm at right now. And I don't know if the place I interviewed for is going to want me right now. The place I interviewed for, they interviewed quite a few people. And I'm not sure if they're looking for already licensed LSSPs or if they are willing to accept interns who aren't already licensed like myself. And so it's difficult, but it's completely out of my control, and I can't work myself up about it because there's nothing I can do. And so I guess if for whatever reason I couldn't start an internship in the fall for whatever reason, I would just use this year to do my dissertation, honestly. I plan to do a whole bunch of things in the summer, which is the research that I want to do, and I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But if I can't do an internship, then I'll just have a year to do my dissertation, and then I'll use the last year to do an internship and see where it goes. But that's really all I can do. So I have a backup plan for how it would work, but I would hope that I can start my internship first. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It is what it is. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. That's kind of the plan of what's going on with practicum, with school, and all of that. As far as work goes, I have the option to work from home or work in my facility. I would go absolutely stir crazy if I worked from home. So I drive to the facility. That being said, nobody can come to the facility. I have to do all of my counseling via televisit. So I use like the Zoom link, and I talk to them that way so they can still see me. I can see them, but it's through a webcam, not face to face. And the internet's better there. My backdrop is better there versus just like a white wall behind me and us talking. And so I prefer to just drive up there because it gives me a reason to get in my car and kind of get out. And it's safe because nobody's coming in. So, yeah, that is all I got, guys. If you have any questions, concerns, or thoughts for me about that, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like the video. And I appreciate all of y'all for being here with me and being patient with me. I love you, I thank you, and I appreciate you. Until next time, bye.